Hi y'all, welcome back. This is part 1 for personal readings. We're going to cleanse and reset the space before we get started. We have Destiny, Jennifer, and Carla Joe all in line for minis. Hi Inside the Tree. Hi H2. Welcome. What's going on? Why does it do that? I don't know why it does that. Hi Kyle. Hi Tessa. Joseph Dinks. Giraffe. Hi Ange. Hi Kayla. Welcome back. Tala Jesus, Shadi Rob, welcome y'all. What's going on? Hi Sue. Thanks for the follow. I had my thing up here. I don't know where it went. Hold on, let me get the sage lit and I'll find my little mallet. Hi Nicole, how you doing Nicole? Snapchat, James, Empress CC, welcome. There we go. Now it's lighting. Oh shit, that took off. Cleanse your energy. Cleanse my energy. Protect real quick. I don't know what happened to my mallet. Hi, Little Belle. Connie. Welcome. There we go. Oh, yeah, that's a good burn. Protect your energy. Good juju for you. Protect my energy. Good juju for me. Thank you, Spirit. All right, like I said, Destiny, Jennifer, and Carla Joe are all in line for personals. If you're interested, the line's still open for about 15 minutes. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal at Lady Leo Spiritual. It's $11 for mini, $22 for career, $33 for love, $44 for extended. If you're looking for private services, you can find those at ladyleospiritual.com. Keep in mind, I'll be out of town next week, going to see family. So if you purchase a private service, you won't get it till after next week. Okay, here we go. All right, Destiny, best nice messages here. What does she need to know? What does she need to see? What does she need to hear? Hi, y'all. Welcome. Celine, Tyler. Hi, Jennifer. Macau Lady. Leftover Cheese. Welcome back, love. We got royalty in the chat. How you doing, Cosmic Royal fan? I see you. All right, Spirit. I wish I knew where my mallet was. Oh, there it goes. The cat knocked it down. Thanks for the love. Send all that love and light back to you times 10. All right, here we go. Destiny. It's Destiny's overall energy. Death and the Four of Wands. Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Somebody wants to resurrect a connection with you. And I say that because the Four of Wands is like coming into union. It's celebrating a connection. It's taking something to a higher level of commitment. It's about homecoming or living together. This was something that was done. It was over. They want to resurrect it. Hi, Tatuela. How you doing? Hi, Brad. Lisa York. Thank you for the follow. Hi, Spicy Cuban. What's going on? David. All right, Spirit. Oh, that came right out. What was that? The 8. Somebody coming in hot. They want to resurrect this connection. Hi, Adam. How you doing, Adam? Hi, Tuscan. Monia. Megara. This is a personal reading. Hi, y'all. Ashley, Jen. Thanks for all the love. Send all that love light back to you times 10. What's going on, y'all? All right, Spirit. Best highest messages here. Tell me about the situation. What's the situation here? For Destiny. The moon and the sun. Oh my gosh. 3 major arcana already. This is a big deal. This is like yin and yang type of energy is the situation. So some sort of clarity is coming. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Okay, somebody's shriveling up like a raisin without you. They want to resurrect this connection. Yeah, they want to reconcile. They want to heal. They want they want to blend. They want to mend it. They may be coming in with the offer. Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. All right. What's the challenge? Thank you for the repost. I appreciate that. The Three of Pentacles is the challenge. Coming together, making this a thing. Okay, this person wants to be in a physical relationship with you, but it's showing up as a challenge. There could be third party energy here. Hi, Red. Thank you for that, love. Salem the Scorp, welcome. Terry, welcome. Tina, I see you. Hi, Joshua, 1977. Or 1977. 1997. There's a big difference there. There's a big difference there. All right, Spirit. Queen of Wands. Yeah, this person says they got love for you. Queen of Cups. Three of Pentacles. I want to be in a physical relationship with you, but this is a challenge. Collaboration. Heavy Scorpio energy here. We've got Leo. We've got Cancer. Heavy on the water. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I told you, King of Cups, Two of Cups. What the hell? Why did this end? We're going to look at the past here in a second. Give me one more. Three of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. What's the challenge here? The World. A cycle ended. Somebody wants to, I'm telling you, somebody wants to come back around for another cause. I mean, for another tribe, for another cycle. They want another round with you. They want another shot. The Moon. Oh, shit. Moon. Oh, shit. The High Priestess and the Three of Swords. Yeah, there's some sort of secret betrayal here. Treated like an option. Thank you, Spirit, for the confirmation. Okay. This person fumbled a damn Empress. Magician's trying to come out. Shit. All right, Spirit. Tell me a little bit about what happened in the past here. This is supposed to be a mini. I'll pull a couple of extra cards. I don't have that many people in line. What happened in the past? The Wheel of Fortune in reverse and the Fool in reverse. Both major arcana. Yeah, somebody was a fool and went in a bad direction. It was no bueno for them. And they found out real quick. The Wheel of Fortune can be very karmic. And it's in the reverse. So it's inverted. It did not work out for them. The grass was not greener, baby. Somebody fumbled a damn Empress. King of Pentacles. You could have been married to this person or some sort of commitment was here. Both of y'all were within the understanding that it was a committed relationship between the two of y'all. And there's competition, conflict, fighting, arguments, drama. All right. So what's in the current energy? What's in the current energy? Hi, y'all. How you doing? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Thanks for the love. Welcome back, Pamela. How you doing, sweetheart? Hi, Kata. Rick and Mon. Catherine. All right, Spirit. Current energy. The Wheel of Fortune in the upright, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Nine of Wands. Damn, double nines. Okay. So in your current energy, we've got the Wheel of Fortune coming out in the upright. All right, so things are working in your favor. All right, when you ended it with this person, the secret's being revealed, things coming to light, it puts you in a glow-up energy. Why? Because it forced you to put the time, love, energy, effort, money you were invested into this person, this connection, and you put it into you. That's why you got this Nine of Pentacles showing up here. Looking good, smelling good, feeling good, all that, and a bag of chips. And we've got the Nine of Wands, okay? But this wasn't just some sort of easy journey that you've been on, all right? You persevered a lot. Beaten, battered, bruised, been kicked when you've been down. Life's beat you up a couple times. But, baby, you standing, you're still standing. You're undefeated. Coming up over the hill, winning the damn war. Now this person's coming back around. I didn't hear the brakes. They swerving and shit. They want to resurrect this connection. They get karma. Shit ain't working out in their favor. Grass was not greener on the other side. They spying on your ass too. They all up in your business. All up in your Kool-Aid. All right, Spirit. The Lover's in reverse. Y'all are not in connection right now. This intense connection is that y'all are not in union. Okay. I see energy coming towards destiny. Hi, Chic Singer. Welcome back, sweetheart. Thank you for the repost. Damn, y'all. Tell the love and light back to you times 10. I'm doing good. I started cooking for your Thanksgiving dinner. Ooh, what are you cooking? What type of food you got over there? We got the Ace of Pentacles and the Magician, the 7 Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. You're manifesting some sort of big deal here, okay? So this could be an opportunity, just prosperity. Look, I'm telling you, that's how it happens. We're forced into these situations when we're in these intense connections and somebody doesn't know. Somebody wants to fuck around and find out. It hurts. It's conflicting. It's challenging energy. But there's a death that has to happen, a major ending. We have to end it, that cycle. End it with the person. And because you're ending it with that person and your attention's not focused on them anymore and you put it on you, glow up energy happens. Right? Where attention goes, energy flows. So instead of putting it all on this person and you putting it into you, now you're manifesting big things. Cranberry sauce, some more butterscotch pie. That sounds good. 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, you were worth the investment. This person fumbled a damn interest. Or Empress, excuse me. Fumbled a damn Empress. Thinking the grass was greener on the other damn side. And it wasn't. Now they seen you glow and shine. Realized they had a whole diamond. All right, Spirit. Best and highest messages here. What's the overall spiritual advice here for destiny? The 8 of Swords, the Hermit, and Strength. Beautiful. Okay. Overall spiritual advice. This whole situation had you caught up in your head. Paralysis by analysis. Catch-22. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Stuck. Like this little kitty cat on this card, all wrapped up in the yarn. But you took the time to go within, or that's what you're doing right now. Okay, you're isolating. See this little kitty cat in this box thinks it's invisible. So this is where you're going within and you're resetting, right? This little light is where you're tapping back into God's force universe, which isn't external from you. It's right here. Everything you need is already right here. You're whole as you are. So you're getting in realignment with what you want, what you feel, what you think, what your goals are, what your aspirations are. Is this person even rate being in your energy? Who rates being in your energy, right? There's major lessons that have been learned here, and you've been enlightened on the situation in a time of isolation, okay? So you went hermit mode for a little while. That's what you're doing right now, and it's giving you a lot of strength to persevere, okay? This major strength that it is that you're gaining, this unwavering faith that it is that you've had, where you picked yourself up off the floor all by your damn self, all by your lonesomes, and put yourself back together. That's what you're doing. That's why you're in the energy of perseverance. And shining so damn bright, boo-boo. Like the sun. Empress. You got people celebrating you. Of course this person wants back in your energy, okay? All right, whoever it was you ended with, ain't no sunshine when she gone. The grass wasn't greener. They want to resurrect the connection because you all that in a bag of chips, boo-boo. Thank you, Destiny. I hope that you found a message that resonates with you. Thanks for coming to see me. Thanks for the love and the blessings. All right, Jennifer. Let's see what we got going on. Thanks for the love, y'all. Send all the love and light back to you times 10. Hi, Miss Phoenix. Hi, Kelly Dalby. We'll be making turkey, ham, green beans, corn, mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese, homemade bread. Damn, you doing it up. I like ham on Thanksgiving and mashed taters, but I like mashed taters with everything. All right, Spirit. Best and highest message here. For Jennifer, what does she need to know? What does she need to see? What does she need to hear? Overall energy. the Wheel of Fortune in the upright, and the Seven of Cups. Okay, there may be a little bit of confusion or distractions here. Somebody may be casting some sort of illusions, all right? So you're being put in a situation where you've got different directions you can take. You've got different cups that you can invest in emotionally. So once you figure out which one is for your most love and highest good, that's when the wheel starts turning in your favor. What's the Seven of Cups? What's the Seven of Cups, Spirit? Ooh, brown sugar glaze. You're making me hungry, Pamela. I'm about to have a snack after this one. All right, Spirit. Hey, thank you for being here. It's all the love and light back to you, Thompson. Thank you for helping me raise the vibration. Double eights. Somebody's about to be abundant, infinite possibilities. Tell me about the Seven of Cups. Why is this here? Okay, that's what it is. Someone's emotionally overwhelmed because of the heaviness within a connection. What's the situation? Hey! Thank you, Instagram. I see you. What's the situation? Queen of Swords. Ooh. You're telling somebody off. Somebody bitter or jealous, you're telling somebody off. Look at this crow on this card. She's knife-handed somebody. She's got the Sword of Truth in the background right there. She's telling the truth right here. You don't play games with the Queen of Swords. She means business. She's blunt and assertive. All right. Maybe hurting somebody's feelings. Tell me about the Queen of Swords. Why is this a situation? Heavy Gemini energy is here in Scorpio. The Two of Cups showing up in reverse with the Eight of Cups. This doesn't really feel like a romantic situation. This could be with a sibling or a really close friend. You may be hurting somebody's feelings. Somebody wants to communicate that they want to mend things with you. They want a fresh start here. What's the challenge? Is it easy to learn tarot? It's not necessarily hard. I saw 12:35 on the clock. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's all coming together in steps. That's a message for somebody. It's all coming together in steps, boo-boo. Just be patient. Trucking right along. It's not necessarily hard to read tarot. It can be a lot in the beginning. It's hard to like figure out what you want to focus on. So it's like trying to drink water from a fire hydrant in the beginning. What's the challenge here? My music turned off. See, you could have ended. It's like you could have quieted out this person. Somebody wants to communicate. There's not. I don't know that you're talking to this person. The Tower, the Queen of Wands, and the Hermit. Okay, yeah. The challenge is there was a catastrophic something that happened. All right, it was unexpected. It was abrupt. Could have been some sort of fight. Something big happened to shake up the energy. It all came to a head. Okay, the volcano erupted. Could be over some sort of jealousy, though. Hermit. Somebody ghosted the situation. Yeah, take time to rest or to think or a lot about this isolation energy. What's in the current energy? No more sheep from you. Hi, Carla Joe. You're next, Carla Joe. Hi, Steven. Hi, Nine. Amanda, Sean. What was that? Eight of Pentacles. In the current energy, you're really focused on yourself. You're focused on your money, career, finances, project. You're focused on yourself. You're so focused on whatever this is, you're not even noticing the shit going on in the background anyway. The little birdies singing, the chirping, the gossip. Like, you ain't worried about none of that. You focus on your own shit over here. Hi, y'all. How you doing? Welcome. Hi, Amanda. Hey! Thanks for the love. Send all that love light back to you, times 10. All right, Spirit. Current energy. Hey, how you doing, big hunk? Welcome back. We got royalty in the chat. You owe me. I've been waiting for 2 days. Still haven't gotten your what? You sent payment. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal at Lady Dealer Spiritual. How you doing? How you doing, big hunk? Hi, Timothy Garcia. We got the Ace of Pentacles. You're so focused. You're manifesting some sort of big thing here, okay? So you stay focused on whatever you're doing right here. That looks good. Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. That's why this person wants to communicate that they want to fix things with you, or they want to heal things with you. How could they not? Ace of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. Give me one more, Spirit. Hi, Belly. Welcome back, love. Hi, Cecil. I'm seeing bright lights. Look at that. Yeah, you're being celebrated. Or you're going out to celebrate, getting a lot of attention, a victory. We've got the Six of Wands and the Three of Cups here. Whoa! Thank you, big hunk, for the galaxy. I'm sending that love light back to you, times 10. Hi, Alicia. All right, Spirit. What's the energy coming towards Jennifer? Okay. The Hangman, Death, and the Emperor, all major arcana here. So you've come to the conclusion here, after looking at things from a different perspective, that there's had to be an ending. That, like, you had to end something here, because it was affecting what it was that you were giving power to. You were giving your power up. Someone didn't want to respect your boundaries, or, you know, with the Emperor showing up here, typically this is someone who was feeling powerless, and they've made decisions to become powerful. Took their power back. Backed up by the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Confirmation. Okay. All right. What's the overall spiritual advice here for Jennifer? Hi, Spider-Man. How you doing? Somebody did the most here. Stabbed you in the back 10 times. Said the most. Did the most. You've been through the most. Especially when it comes to betrayal. This person's hurt you big time. Big time. More than once. And all they've done is caused insecurity, indecisiveness, self-doubt. Overall spiritual advice. Yeah, you had to take your power back from this person. It was affecting you. It was affecting your quality of life, the way that you were thinking, what it was that you were investing into. The Seven of Wands, the Four of Swords, and the Five of Cups. Yeah, they missing you. But you had to protect your peace, protect your energy, right? Somebody came at you with a lot. They said a lot of hurtful things, did a lot of hurtful things. So if you cannot treat me with love, respect, and kindness, you can't even afford access into my energy. It's just the way it's got to be. Boundaries. Protecting yourself. Taking yourself to higher ground to really get a bird's eye view of the whole situation here. And you've thought a lot about this. You put a lot of thought into what the decisions that you made. To leave the situation behind, to end it with this person, to protect yourself. And that's why they're missing you. They're definitely regretting it. Could be a sister. Showing up like a feminine energy, though. Yeah, they want to face their judgment with you. They want to surrender to the situation. Anything else here for Jennifer? the Nine of Pentacles. You're still growing here. You're looking very abundant, prosperous. This person wants to come toward you and invest. All right. Since you sent me a tip, I'm going to pull from my special deck, okay? That's nice, messenger. Hi, y'all. Thank you. Send all the love light back to you times 10. If you're new here, welcome. Hi, Water Weasel. Hi, Ethan. Welcome back, y'all. Maji, Eva. All right, Spirit. What does Jennifer need to know the most right now? Patience. There's even like a turtle shell on this card. It roots into it. I know it's hard to see. The camera does not do these cards justice. It's a very beautiful deck. This is the limited edition Threads of Fate Oracle. If y'all are interested. I don't even know if it's available anymore. Patience. Let's see. What page is this on? 18. 9 major endings. All right, this is what it says. This card brings the message that you must be patient and trust divine timing. Humans are anxious creatures. We know what we want and we want it now, but we are also working in collaboration with the divine, which means that sometimes we have to wait longer than we would like. Looking to the earth can be helpful when we were working to cultivate patience. We cannot rush the seasons. A tadpole cannot rush its metamorphosis. A tree cannot rush its growth. This card asks you to have faith that your own process is happening in perfect time. Turtle. Turtle is called towards steady determination. Sometimes people who struggle with patience decide to give up on something simply because they were unable to wait for things to come into fruition. Any delays discourage them. Something to note about turtles is their land speed is about 3 to 4 miles per hour, but their speed in water is 10 to 12 miles per hour. This is a reminder that if we were patient and wait for the right time, we will have less resistance and make more progress. The spirit of turtle calls for resolve, grit, and persistence. You can call upon turtle when you need assistance in sustaining consistent effort in your long-lasting venture. Chamomile. Hi, Dalia. It's open if you want to get in line. When we are met with resistance or a delay, it is not uncommon that we experience an increase in anxiety or frustration. Feel we don't have control. Chamomile is a go-to tea for before bed because of its sedative effects, but its medicine is good at any time. Chamomile has a calming effect on our nervous system, so it becomes in handy if we feel like we are overthinking or stressed. It teaches us to be calm and secure in the process despite it not being our ideal timing. Call upon the spirit of chamomile when you need support with surrendering to the teachings of patience and divine timing. And then petrified wood. Petrified wood is fossilized roots and trunks of ancient trees. It's a stone of steady growth and patience. Petrified wood holds the wisdom of time. It teaches us how to not sweat the small stuff. It's a reminder that divine timing will always be better than our personal timing and that we must always trust that. It encourages us to stay the course, but not to push the river as it flows all on its own. Continue to show up to your work, continue to reach toward growth, but do not rush. Call upon petrified wood for ancient knowing in the process of divine timing. That's a beautiful message. So have patience, all right? It's all working in your favor. It's all in divine timing. Kind of like it said, a turtle only goes 3 to 4 miles per hour on land, but in water it goes 10 to 12 miles per hour. So if you wait on the right time, you'll have the movement that it is that you're wanting to see with something, or the growth. All right, Jennifer, I hope that you found a message that resonates with you. Thank you for the blessings. Thanks for coming to see me. All right, Carla Joe. You still in here, Carla Joe? I'm going to let you pick what deck you want me to use for you. I've got the Runic Tarot. I've got the Light Seers. I've got the Golden Nouveau. And Game of Thrones. Like, yeah, hurry up and wait. Hey, that's what they said in the military. Light Seers. Okay. I got you, boo-boo. That's what everything was. Hurry up and wait. They're Everything's a rush. Everything's a panic. Everything's a let's go, let's go, let's go. And you get there, it's like, okay, sit down and wait some more. All right, Spirit. Best and highest message here for Carla Joe. What does she need to know? What does she need to see? What does she need to hear? It's Carla Joe's current energy. It's Carla Joe's current energy. All right, the World, Temperance, and the Two of Wands. So, damn, we're starting off with two major arcana here. So some sort of triumphant completion or graduation is happening, especially with like a cycle that's ending out, new one beginning. Temperance is here, but this is this new cycle, there's a lot of balance. It has something to do with the patience that it is that you had. Weird, because we just talked about patience. In this new cycle, you're being asked to have patience and view your options. Carla Joe, I'm hearing something about the groundwork of something. It's important for it's important for you to have the groundwork of something already prepared, so that when you take action, it's not like wasted energy. I don't know what that means for you. Alright. What's the Two of Wands, Spirit? What's this Two of Wands here? You're working on it. I know, but having patience with something, like, depending on what the situation is, having patience can be difficult. Who was it that I heard said that? I think it was Gary Vee. I don't know if you watch Gary Vee. I used to a lot. 4 years ago. But he was saying, we try to accomplish way too much in 1 year and don't give ourselves enough credit of what we could accomplish in 10 years. I don't know if that makes sense. But it can be hard to have patience. Tell me about this Two of Wands. Three of Wands, again, ships are sailing in. It's coming. Three of Wands, Two of Wands, Three of Wands. Something's moving up. Got 3 and 3 here. Manifestation. And I've got the King of Swords pop out. What's the King of Swords? About clarity, wisdom, clear thinking. 6 of Swords. Ships are sailing in. Use your wisdom, your own clarity, your insight, your intelligence. It could even be about speaking up about something. But by being more logical, being detached from the outcome of something is having you move into calmer waters. It's having you create some sort of movement. And it's not so chaotic. It's not so up and then down. It's steady. Things have been up and down. You've got steadiness on the way, okay? What's the situation? These cards are flipping over in this deck like crazy. I've got this Three of Swords that keeps wanting to show up at the top. What's the situation? Nostalgia, something from the past, getting in your head because of a past situation. All right, what's the Six of Cups? What is this past situation? What's this past situation? Dang. Star, it's coming out sideways. Something that almost happened. Something that you wanted, you desired, you asked for, and it almost happened. Give me one more. Give me one more. This is something that you were very deeply emotionally invested into. Showing up like the Lovers. Could have been a relationship. Full at the bottom of the deck. What's in the current energy? The Wheel of Fortune. The Ace of Wands. And the Knight of Swords. Oh my gosh. The wheel's turning in your favor, okay? Where attention goes, energy flows. The universe has your back, good or bad. Negative, positive mindset. But the wheel's showing up in the upright. Ace of Wands. I mean, passionate new beginnings, success, motivated starts, being inspired. There's like a light, a flame being ignited here. And then the Knight of Swords. This is adapting and overcoming situations. Fearlessly taking action towards what it is that you want. Going for it. It's also following a calling, especially in this deck on this card. Again, the Fool at the bottom of the deck. All right. Got the Five of Pentacles that's flipped over at the top. What's the energy coming towards Carla Joe? Hi, how you doing? Welcome. Hey! Thanks for all the love. I'm sending the love and light back to you times 10. I didn't mean to ignore y'all. Got Death showing up at the top of the deck, flipped over. All right, Spirit. Energy coming towards Carla Joe. The Knight of Wands, the Hangman, and the Two of Pentacles. Conquering some sort of something here. You're going. There's a lot about going after what it is that you want or you desire. Maybe someone's coming towards you. With the Lovers showing up here, the Star, Temperance, the World, Ace of Wands. This could be somebody coming towards you. But there's a lot about taking action towards, whatever you're taking action towards is giving a new perspective. It's getting some sort of enlightenment, information that it is that you need so that you can get priorities in order or get in realignment here. Six of Wands. There's the Three of Swords and the Ten of Wands after that. All right, Spirit. What's the Hangman? What's the Hangman? Hi, y'all. Welcome. Thank you for being here. What's going on, y'all? Yeah, there was some sort of confusion. Here's that Ten of Wands again. It could have caused a lot of heaviness. I think felt like you were having to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. The Emperor. You surrendered to this. Yeah, you took your power back. Because you were allowing what you didn't know. It was like keeping your head space focused on some sort of hurt or pain. Or it could have been really triggering. Like being focused on all the things that you don't know. Expect good news. All right, what's the overall spiritual advice for Carla Joe? King of Wands. The Fool. Give me one more. Give me one more here. Carla Joe, overall spiritual advice. And the High Priestess. Confidently taking action towards what it is that you're seeing, what you're visualizing, what it is that you're trying to create here. Taking a blind leap of faith. This new journey, some sort of new start. Something about being called, though. Like, we've got the High Priestess showing it, like you feel called to go in this direction. So I'm not sure if you're regaining some sort of inner power, inner confidence, and what you're going after. This could be even somebody coming back around confidently trying to start something with you. They're taking a risk here because they feel called to you. What's the High Priestess? Here, that Page of Wands is again. Tell me about the High Priestess. How you doing? Welcome. Six of Wands. Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Victory, success, lots of attention. I feel like you're attracting something to you. Something that you almost had. Something that almost came into fruition. It almost happened. All right. Yes, Dalia, my list is open, boo-boo, if you want to get in line real quick. All right, I'm going to pull from this deck. Thank you so much for the tip, Carla Jo. Best and highest message here for Carla Jo. What does Carla Jo need to know right now, Spirit? I think it is so rude for people to come up in somebody else's live and start poaching people. That is just... it's bad juju shit. It's karmic. All right, Spirit. That's nice message here for Carla Jo. Release. There's a frog leaping off like a... almost looks like the top of a palm tree. I don't know if you can see that very well. There you go. Hi, Bo. How you doing, Bo? All right, let's see what this says. Release. $22. 4. It's about stability, structure. St. Michael in all four corners. Releasing is a lot easier said than done. In fact, we can spend a whole lifetime trying to break free from our limiting beliefs or painful experiences. Sometimes we have an idea of where we want to go. We compartmentalize and repress the things we believe are holding us back, but we still want to honor ourselves and our experiences. We just want to give ourselves new options of behavior so we are not stuck within the same old pattern. Spend a moment reflecting what is no longer serving you, what is old, stale, and taking up space within you. What would you do if these things didn't take up so much of your energy? What other behaviors and beliefs do you wish you possessed? Frog. The frog is a potent ally of releasing and repurposing. Sometimes we approach our perceived flaws as things to eliminate, but the frog teaches us that we can use that which no longer serves us as fuel for the new. Every week, the frog only sheds its skin. It eats it. Nothing goes to waste. All things within us have a purpose as long as we can expand our minds to see it. How can you transmute what no longer serves you? How can you release, but also do it purposefully? How can it serve you in a new way? Comfrey. Comfrey is an herb that has a long history of being an impressive wound healer, even to the point of being able to aid in resetting broken bones, earning its nickname Bone Set. Comfrey teaches us that in order to release, we must tend to the inflammation. We must process our feelings and show up for our rage and grief. Only after we have worked through our feelings can we begin to let go. Call upon Comfrey as an ally in processing your work so that when you do begin to release and integrate, it is settled. Yeah, Dalia, it's still open, boo-boo, if you want to get a line. Epidote. Epidote is an amplifier, but we don't always get to choose what it amplifies, even if sometimes amplifies that which we don't want. It's pushing us toward confronting the issue. Sometimes what we don't want needs to get big enough for us to actually see it and take action. Part of Epidote's magic is us to actually see it and take action. Part of Epidote's magic is being helpful in finding the root of something. So not only does it amplify, but is also a guide in getting to the core issue. In that way, that is helpful at every stage of the process. Call upon Epidote when you need support in meeting the practical and psychological side of releasing. All right, Carla Joe, I hope that you found a message that resonates with you. Thank you again for the blessings. Thanks for coming to see me. Thank you for the extra. I'm so grateful for you. There's something that needs to be released here, but in a very purposeful type of way. Dalia, I just got your payment in, love. Thank you, sweetheart. All right, y'all, last call. If y'all want to get in line for a reading, it's Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, at Lady Leo Spiritual. Same spelling as here. It's $11 for a mini, $22 for career, $33 for love, and $44 for extended. I hope you feel better, Carla Joe. I'm definitely going to be praying for you and sending you lots of healing energies, love. Hi, Sharon. How you doing? Hi, Mermaid. Thank y'all for the badges. Hey, I'm sending all that love and light back to you times 10. I'm grateful for all the ways that you show love and support. All right, Dalia. You know what? I haven't used this one today. Hey, how y'all doing? It's all the love light back to you times 10. Hey, we got royalty in the chat. Welcome back, Cosmic Chosen Family. I see you, Adam. Hi, David. All right, Spirit. Best and highest messages here for Dalia. Hi, Isabel. How you doing, Isabel? Best and highest messages here for Dalia. What does she need to know? What does she need to see? What does she need to hear? What's Dalia's energy? What's Dalia's energy? Ethan, thank you, love. Hey, boo-boo, how you doing? I got it in just now, Ethan. Thank you, sweetheart. You're up next, boo-boo. Hola, ¿cómo estás? What's going on? You didn't get a chance to watch the last one, though? You got time real quick? I wonder if I can send you the link while I'm live. I wonder if it'll let me do that. Yeah, you're the first one. No, I want to send it. I want to share it. Yeah, copy link. All right, I'm sending you the link real quick in case you can't find it on my profile where it's posted. You can't find it? I'll send it to you, Isabel. I'll find it. EC dot does. All right, yeah, you should be the first one. Let me, since I haven't started Dalia's reading real quick, let me check. Let me see. That was 2 nights ago, wasn't it? It wasn't the first one? Hi, y'all. How you doing? My bad. Send all that love and light back to you times 10 if y'all still ain't here. That's the collective one? So we're just doing an energy check-in. What comes up comes out. It sure is. I titled it wrong. YouTube, if the title resonated with you, there may be a message for you. Okay? My music too loud? Alright, this is part 2. Hi y'all, welcome back. This is part 1 for personal readings that were purchased. Yep, that's part 1. I mixed them up is what I did. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Okay, I'm making it live now. I'll take care of this real quick. Dang. I was real tired. Isabel. When I was writing the titles in these, I was trying to hurry up and start to get them to upload. Alright, so this is actually part 2. Live personals. Okay, that was for 11/18, I think. Isabel and Adam. Go figure. No wonder you couldn't find it. Look, y'all gotta understand, I'm here like late, early morning hours. And sometimes I try to go ahead and get my shit uploaded like fast so y'all can go back and watch the replays before y'all have to message me like, where is it? And it took a while for these to upload, so it was just going slow. So I was trying to go ahead and like get my titles on there and everything so I could just, by the time it got done posting or uploading, I could just post it. And this time I got all types. I messed it all kinds of up. That's alright. Alright, so this one, I'm going to make it unlisted for now. And I'll see if I can't fix all that. Okay. So this one. Alright, I'm going to send you the link. So you don't have to go look for it. Okay, you're the first one. You're the first one. Hey, y'all. Thank you. I had to fix something real quick. I did a no-no. I messed up. Send all that love and like back to you, Thomas 10. Thank you for being here. Collective. I did do a collective work reading. Yeah, I do need to fix that. I need to fix that. I appreciate you. I'm sorry about that, Isabel. My bad. Alright, okay, Dalia. Let's see what we got going on. Hi, Raymond. Hi, James. What's going on, y'all? Alright, best and highest messages here. What does she need? Let me get resituated. 111 on the clock. And I see another one. 1111. Best and highest messages, Spirit. For Dolly. What does she need to know? What does she need to see? What she needs to hear? Hi, y'all. Welcome. Thank you for the follow. And the gifter badge. Hi, James. Mary Baptiste. Dalia. What's Dalia's overall energy? The Six of Swords, the Hangman, and the Six of Wands. Dang. Okay. Okay. Six of Swords. Some sort of state of peace here. moving into steady energy. After gaining some sort of perspective is giving you a victory. So not only movement's happening, it's also bringing you into this energy of getting a lot of attention or being recognized for something, or a lot about the success. But it's because you're gaining perspective on something. You're gaining insight. You got a new way of looking at something. What's the Six of Wands? Hi, James. How you doing, James? What's the Six of Wands? The Eight of Wands and the Nine of Coins. Fast passion action towards some sort of success, some sort of growth, something about an accomplishment. What's the situation? The Magician. Manifestation. Creating something. What's the Magician? Why is this the situation? Hi, RC, Amanda. Welcome, y'all. Why is this the situation? The World. The hard work and investment that it is that you've poured into something is coming full circle here. Hi, New Journey for me. Jeremy. How you doing, Jeremy? Hi, Donkey. What's the World? What's the World? Judgment. Surrendering to something. Making some sort of final decision. Giving it to God, Source, Universe, whatever that looks like for you. There's a sacred white owl on that card. I don't know if you can see that. Right there. A lot about some sort of clarity or wisdom. There's some sort of insight that you've gained, and it's bringing you a lot of attention or a win or a victory. You could be attracting a lot of people coming towards you, or there's some sort of something coming towards something you wanted. You're creating this. What's the challenge? What's the challenge? The Four of Cups. Disappointment. Why is the Four of Cups a challenge? Hi, you know it. Hi, Sandy. What's going on, y'all? Send the love and light back to you times 10. Hi, Cecil. What's going on, John? Let's talk about the Four of Cups. The Lovers. Someone's feeling rejected or dissatiated when it comes to connection. King of Coins, Three of Coins. About being in a relationship with this masculine. Possible Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. What's the Lovers? What's the Lovers? The Sun and the Wheel of Fortune. Holy shenanigans. What? The challenge is being disappointed that some sort of connection didn't work out in favor. Something about a truce. Okay, what's in the current energy? You for real? What you talking about, Willis? Hi, Amir. Hi, Sherry. What you talking about, Willis? All right, Spirit. Best and highest messages here. What's in the what's in the energy coming towards Dalia? The Fool. The Sun, the Lovers. We've got the Hype, the Hangman, the Fool, Judgment, the World, the Magician. There's a lot of major arcana here. The Fool. Someone's taking a risk. And some sort of new start. What's the Fool? Energy coming towards Dalia. The King of... Are you attracting... The King of Wands, King of Cups, Page of Coins. Somebody's trying to come in and give you an offer. We've got two masculines showing up here. We saw another masculine in the... No, he's out. There he is. There could be a choice between two here. Okay, so... It's coming out like it's romantic, but it doesn't necessarily mean this is a romantic situation, okay? The Lovers can represent, like, choices and what it is that you want to be emotionally invested in, connected to. So that could be a job, a career, some other type of connection other than romantic. Okay, put it where it fits, don't make it fit. You know. This could be two different masculines, though. We've got a King of Wands, possible Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and a King of Cups. Possible Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But if it's the same person, because it could just be two aspects of the same person, this person may be really motivated because they see something with you. They're attracted to you. They want this emotional connection. 10 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Tell me about this. All right. This is supposed to be a mini. But I'm going to pull a couple extra cards for you. Tell me about this King of Wands. 8 of Cups. You could have walked away from this person. Two of Coins because of confusion, because they couldn't get their priorities in order. There's a distraction or something wasn't in alignment here. What about the King of Cups? What's the King of Cups? Hi, y'all. Thank you for being here. All that love and light back to you, Thompson. Hi, Text in67. What's going on, y'all? What's this King of Cups? What's the King of Cups? The Three of Wands. Patience. So with this King of Cups, there's a need for some sort of patience. The ships are sailing in. Heavy on the water. Where are you from? Texas? No, I'm from Mississippi. I'm in the sticks with the critters and the crickets. Give me one more. 3 of Cups, 3 of Wands. My family's from Mississippi, Macomb, and Hazelhurst. I know where that is. I've been there a few times. I got a story about Macomb, though. I'll share my story in a minute. Let me get through Dalia's reading. We're breaking this down. Tell me about this King of Cups, 3 of Wands for Dalia Spirit. Hi, y'all. How you doing? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Knight of Swords. All right, King of Cups. There's a King of Cups here that's holding themselves back. It's like they're trying to be patient. Maybe you're holding yourself back from going towards them, but there's someone's like waiting. But then there's an opposite energy here of Knight of Swords. It's very much like head on the nail. Okay. Someone's holding themselves back, trying to be patient because it's like they know something's coming around or they're waiting to see if it shows up here. And then Knight of Swords is the opposite energy. It's fearless action. It's very ambitious. It's quick. Sometimes impulsive. But somebody's trying to get more information. Give me one more on this, Spirit. Queen of Swords. Somebody's taking the time when it comes to, like, they don't want to communicate too quickly. They don't want to be impulsive. They're taking their time. They're thinking about what it is that they're going to say because they know they're coming towards the Queen of Swords. That's you. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. They know they gotta say it right, do it right, something, communicate correctly. The Hierophant, the bottom of the deck. The Queen of, this person's attracted to you. What's the overall spiritual advice here for Dalia? What's the overall spiritual advice here for Dalia? He needs to. Strength. Faith. Having faith. Patience. Being resilient. Alright, Spirit. Best and highest message here for Dalia. What does she need to know? What does she need to see? What she needs to hear? Overall spiritual advice. The Star, and the Nine of Cups. Having patience, strength, unwavering faith. Okay, unwavering faith that what you want is what you're seeking is seeking you. A wish fulfillment on the way. It's a green light, it's a yes, it's a go. And Nine of Cups. Ultimate fulfillment. There's Aphrodite on this card. Cup runneth over, emotional fulfillment. A lot about this double wish fulfillment here. You just got to have unwavering faith. Let's pull you one of these cards. Hi, Chand. Hi, y'all. How you doing? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. So I'll love my back to you times 10. Hi, Season Travel. I see you, MK. Thank you for that. All right, Spirit. Thank you so much for the tip, Dalia. I'm going to pull you an extra card from this limited edition Threads of Fate Oracle. Whoa! Thank you for that. All that love and light back to you times 10. We got Get Curious. There's a lot of roots coming out of this card, and there's a hawk here, or a bird. I'm interpreting it as a hawk. I don't know if you can see that. I know these are like really glittery and shimmery. It may be hard to see. There you go. Okay. Get Curious. Let's see what page this is on. A moon and a star is on this card too. 64. Element of fire. Which makes a 10. New beginnings. That's way back in the back. Okay. Get curious. A lot is said about how important it is to have a positive mindset, but not as much about curious mindset. Curiosity can be the bridge to shifting our thought patterns. It's neutral, but inviting. When we feel stuck, cynical, and bored with life, tapping into our curiosity can spark a rapid domino effect within our thoughts. There's so much in this world we will never know, but to simply begin wondering about what is around you can snowball into passions and excitement you never knew you had. If you're unsure where to begin, simply look around. How do flowers get their color? How did snakes evolve? Do dogs taste the same things as humans? Nothing is too silly. Raven. Oh, that's a raven on that card. Oh, shit. Messages from the spirit realm. Ravens are one of the most intelligent animals on this planet. In fact, they even outsmart chimps. They can make tools, solve puzzles, and plan for the future. They have quite a bit of trickster in them and have been known to leave gifts for people or open gates to livestock pens. Ravens have a sophisticated vocalization system with over 30 different patterns, but their curiosity manifests in many ways. One of the most impressive is that they can mimic human voices. The raven can teach us how to be in a curious and playful state when we are approaching our challenges or need to solve a problem. Ivy. Ivy is most known for being everywhere. It covers forests, floor sand, climbs walls, and wraps itself around trees. Curiosity leads us to rapid expansion. Hi, y'all. How you doing? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Thanks for the love. Send all that love and light back to you times 10. As ivy climbs the surface, its roots take different shapes in order to propel itself forward. In the same way, our curiosity changes us. It allows us to root into our current life more deeply. It invites us to climb to new heights and begin new journeys when we feel called. Phenacite. With its extreme high crystal vibration, phenacite is able to connect our personal consciousness to the higher frequencies of space and other realms. It's important not to only be curious about the world around us, but also the world within us and the unseen. Phenacite can guide us on this process while also keeping us grounded as we navigate the ethereal. Call on phenacite to tap into your curiosity of self and the universe. It's time to get curious, Dalia. Especially if you're feeling bored and stuck. All right, Dalia, I hope that you found a message that resonates with you. Thank you again for the blessings. Thanks for coming to see me. All right, Ethan. Hey, y'all. Thank y'all. Send all that love and light back to you times 10. Thank y'all for being here. Thanks for the love. Thanks for liking the live. Thanks for sharing it. Some of y'all that reposted. Thanks for the gifts. Thanks for engaging. Thanks for your presence. As in your presence, like Presence and not like Presents, like gifts. I already said thank you for gifts. I mean, thank you for being here. You, your time, your energy. Okay. All right, Ethan. I ain't read from this Game of Thrones deck yet. We'll use this one. Thank you. I do. I enjoy presents and presents. The presence is a present. Thank you. All right, Spirit. Oh, wait. I was going to tell you about my little Macomb. Macomb, Mississippi. All right. So I just got out of high school. Well, I wasn't really just out of high school because it was Mardi Gras. So it was like a year after I just got out of high school. So I'm in community college. Yeah, I was going to a community college. Anyway. So it's Mardi Gras. And I ain't never been before, so I'm excited about going. We're going with a group of people. And this chick's dad, like, y'all, this chick had, like, brand name stuff all the time, like designer shit. So I thought maybe, you know, like, her dad was, like, rich. You know? So anyway, I mean, he had money, but it wasn't the way, because of what I wasn't expecting this, okay? I wasn't expecting it. Anyway, we all end up going down there in this van. So we got to go stop by her dad's house before we get to New Orleans, and Macomb is on the way. If you're going down 55 south, if you're going that way. So anyway, we get into Macomb, and we stop by her dad's house. And we have to pick up her uncle to go with us. Y'all, first off, I met her dad, and her dad made money because he owned the trailer park. Okay? So I ain't knocking nobody. I've had to live in a trailer before. All right? I ain't knocking nobody for that. It just was extremely unexpected. That's not... I didn't know he had, like, his investment properties was a trailer park. So that threw me off. And then her cousin, or her uncle, he comes around the corner, y'all, and y'all, he's missing fingers. A gator literally took his fingers. I thought about the dude off of Joe Dirt. I swear, I cannot make this shit up, y'all. Y'all ever seen Joe Dirt? Y'all ever seen that movie? And the guy that's, like, literally, he lost a finger mucking around and finding out with the gator. This dude was, like, in person. He could have played the character. For real. And I had to ride with this guy. This guy was a hoot and a holler, too. He was funny as shit. He had something. All cylinders were not firing on up there, but he was fucking funny as shit, y'all. Literally, Gator took his finger off. Looked just like the guy from the movie and everything, but that's my story about Macomb. Very interesting experience down there. I only went back one time. That's because I had to go to the hospital. I won't do that again. I done found out. I ain't going to the hospital in Macomb ever again. I'll go back up to Jackson, Mississippi. I won't be down in Macomb. Alright, y'all. Best of Diary's messages here for Ethan. I'll get back on track. Throw me off, y'all. I'm missing a fucking finger because the gator took it. He was telling a story too. He went gator hunting. Crazy ass shit. Alright, Spirit. So yeah, I took a huge risk on a big grant for my music career. It's also tied to a possible love or union, but lots of distractions, but pulled through. Okay, okay. Thank you for being here. Send all the way back to you, Thompson. Alright, Spirit. What's the overall energy for Ethan? What's the overall energy for Ethan? We got the Star, the Three of Spears, and the Eight of Spears. Okay, so what you want, what you're seeking is seeking you. A miracle, a wish fulfillment, what you wanted. On the way. Ship's right around the corner. It's coming in hot. Eight of Spears after that. We're going through the Three of Spears to the Eight of Spears, or the Three of Wands to the Eight of Wands. There could be a lot of like hope on whatever this is too, okay? Because like you have to think, in Game of Thrones, in the series, when Sansa's in the window lighting the candle, that's a candle of hope. They keep that candle lit, or they light it to like communicate something. That was Uncle. He was a cool cat. All right, Spirit. What's the situation? What's the situation here for Ethan? The Ace of Coins. And the Five of Coins. Yeah, something about you don't feel worthy enough for this, or have what it takes, or is there some sort of trust abandonment, something here. Five of Coins, Ace of Coins, though. It's coming. Something is. What's the Ace of Coins? Hi, Lady D. How y'all doing? Tell me about this Ace of Coins. The Four of Spears. A homecoming. Some sort of celebration. All right, what's the challenge? What's the challenge here? Hi, Southern. How you doing, Southern? If I can get the cards off the table. What's the challenge? The Six of Spears and the Wheel of Fortune. The attention that it is that you're either giving to, or why the Wheel of Fortune? Why is this a challenge? Queen of Cups. All right. So yeah, this is about a love situation here, the challenge. There could have been some sort of confusion here. All right, but what's in the current energy? The Lovers and the Three of Cups in reverse. Why is the Three of Cups in reverse? All right, so we know this is about intense love connection because the Lovers is here. Or some sort of soulmate connection. There could be a choice between two. but it doesn't necessarily mean two people. It could just mean two different directions. Tell me about the Three of Cups in reverse. The Five of Swords. Could have been an argument, things being said, miscommunication. Justice, balance is being restored here. Because someone's expressing their emotions, matters of the heart. What's the energy coming towards Ethan? Y'all, AI literally said gator story. We're going to have to look up the spiritual meaning of gators. All right, Spirit, messages here. What's the energy coming towards Ethan? Okay. Seven of Cups, the Emperor, and the Ace of Cups. All right, so there's some sort of like emotional turmoil here, or this just like really heavy emotionally, like being overwhelmed. There's just some sort of distraction. Could be temptations. But the Emperor showing up here is like there's a decision being made. Somebody's being a leader. It's like they know what they want. They're taking charge. They're going after it. After a time of like sitting with all this and figuring out where we're going to invest emotion at, okay? And then with this Ace of Cups, first, I don't know if you're going towards this person and offering them a whole relationship, or if this is just you realigning with something that gives you a lot of emotional fulfillment. You know, I just got to express them emotions, not sure the way yet. Oh, yeah, express yourself. Knight of Cups, we saw that. Express yourself. This is one of those moments. This is one of those moments you just gotta surrender. God, source, universe, whatever that looks like for you. What will be, will be. I'm gonna lay my heart on the line. I'm gonna say what I need to say in the best way I can muster up to say it. Either they receive it or they don't. If they receive it, that's amazing. It was the best case scenario. And if they don't, rejection is protection, boo-boo. It's just not meant to be in this moment, in this cycle, in this journey together, this go around, you know? But there's a lot of potential here. Text in, said, my situation's been going almost 3 years when I got ghosted, but I can't let it go. I'm dreaming her, seeing her everywhere. I see angel numbers everywhere, and I'm exhausted. Damn. They put the juju on your ass. Not juju. Here's the difference. I just heard another reading yesterday of today that spoke about the significance of alligators. Really? We're about to look it up. Yeah, Ethan, you got to put yourself out there, you know? Now, use your own discernment. This is for entertainment purposes only. I don't know shit. Just live here. But you know what I mean. And look, I know it's daunting. It's easy. Like, but Leo, you don't know her. I don't want to lose her. I don't want to muck it up. What if I express my emotions and she ghosts me? Well, then you got your answer. At least you know now. Both working on collaboration, album, sound, healing, super vibe stuff. Oh, y'all are working on a project together and you caught feelings. Yeah, you gotta say something. Now, you're showing up like an emperor down here. Let me retract a little bit. You're showing up like an emperor down here. This is somebody who's emotionally mature. Okay? So, we've got the Star, the Ace of Cups, the Lovers is here. Ace of Coins. There's a lot of potential for this. Hi, Chile Garcia. How you doing, love? Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Steve. Okay, but you express your emotions. You put your heart on the table. You're being this emperor. And let's just say off chance you get rejected. You can't let that totally like, okay, you're going to take a little bit of a hit to your confidence, but you can't let that be the end all be all. It's not the end of the world. You're not going to shrivel up like a raisin. You're going to wake up tomorrow with the air in your lungs, blood pumping through your veins. You're going to be all right. You know what I mean? And it may be even a no, not right now. I don't necessarily see a no, though. What I'm saying is Spirit saying express yourself. But I can get why that's daunting. Y'all are working on a project together. Y'all have similar interests, especially in something that you already really love. You have a passion for music. You know, this person has a passion for music. Y'all are hitting it off like that. You just gonna to wait till after the album or just do it? You got to use your own discernment on that one. You know your situation better than I do, but I can understand why that has you confused as do I do it now or do I wait? If you do it now, at least you know. But if you wait, what if you wait too long and someone else expresses their emotions? And you got a show together. That is. You got to use your own discernment on this one, Ethan. Say a prayer, talk to Spirit. See what it is that you feel in your gut. And go with that. Yeah. It's like we're in a metaphysical connection at this point. Yeah. You are in a metaphysical connection. If you were ghosted, this is somebody else, y'all. I'm just talking to y'all. I'm just trying to answer some of y'all's questions now. Yeah, Ethan, thank you so much for your time, your love, your energy, and support. I hope that you found a message that resonates with you, boo-boo. Eventually, though, whether it's now or you end up waiting, you need to at least express what's on your heart. That's the main message. But it's like, okay, so yeah, y'all, if y'all been ghosted in a certain situation, 143 on the clock, by the way, somebody's saying I love you. That's for somebody, I love you. You were ghosted, and all of a sudden, you can't stop thinking about somebody. Do you know that person's thinking of you? It is a metaphysical connection. It's also a telepathic communication. There's energetic cords being shared there. Y'all, we're animals. Think about how do ants talk to each other. They ain't moving their lips and sound coming out their mouths. You know? It's energetic. It's a knowing. We're animals. We have that same thing going on. We just don't experience it in the same ways. And a lot of us are told that's a bunch of hocus pocus bullshit. And really, it's science. If you do the research and actually learn about it. It's 144 on the clock. Hi, Chosen fam. How y'all doing, Chosen Royal Family? Effortlessly, yeah. You're probably dreaming about this person. You're probably seeing their birth date places, their name. Yeah, that's how it happens. But I bet you 99.8% this person is thinking about you too. Because that's how it happens. You would not be thinking about this person unless they put some sort of, and even if they did, they put some sort of hoodoo spell on your ass. They were thinking about you really heavy when they did that. You know? I don't even need to pull a card for that, baby. Steve. Do you need a... Is this relationship worthwhile? Are you getting emotional fulfillment out of it? Is somebody breadcrumbing your ass? Are they doing the bare ass minimum? Is it equal give and take? She's a runner. She's a damn track star. She was running. She went Forrest Gump on your ass. Hi, A.K. Robinson. How you doing, love? Can you imagine a life with this person? Or is that person just stringing you along doing the bare ass minimum? Because they're engaging in temporary pleasures and unfulfilling things. Timing? What do you mean timing? Hi, Drew. How you doing, Drew? Skeins is crazy. Y'all, I gotta look up the spiritual meaning of alligators. I'll tell my alligator story. Let's see what it says. Virtual meeting of alligators. Confused? Is everybody confused tonight? Why are you confused? What happened to you? You want to share? My family's and my brother's partner got a missing eye from down south. Reminded me of this. They got a missing eye. They lost their eye because they came down to the south. Do I want to know what happened? Sometimes I think she's making me drink more, not because of her situation, because she's drinking, we're mirroring. That could be it, text in. That's a thing, actually. You don't know what's going on with Leah. Well, what happened? She ghosted your ass? I think the other person said the source uses the alligator to signify I need to wait something out. That makes sense, actually. Alligators are really, they're extremely patient, actually. Okay, let's talk alligators, y'all. We're going to talk alligators for a second. What's the spiritual meaning of gators? Primal power, psychic awareness, survival instinct, ancestor protection, and rebirth. Alligators are one of Earth's oldest living creatures. They survive multiple extinctions, timeline resets, and cosmic cycles. So when they show up in your energy, dreams, or signs, number 1, survival strength and fierce resilience. Alligators represent raw primal power. They remind you that you have survived what was meant to break you, and you're evolving into someone more powerful, wise, and spiritually fortified. They appear when you're stepping into a new level of self-protection, strategy, and strength. 2, heightened intuition and psychic vision. Gators have incredible night vision, meaning spiritually, you're seeing through illusions, lies, manipulation, and hidden motives. This is the universe saying your intuition is sharpening. Trust the messages that you're getting. Some people won't like that your inner eye is open, but you're not meant to be blindfolded. You're meant to see everything. 3, shadow work, subconscious, and buried emotions. Because they live partially underwater, alligators symbolize subconscious healing, shadow integration, emotions that you've suppressed, trauma surfacing for release. If you're seeing alligators during a major emotional, family, or relationship shift, they're telling you, this is the part where you stop pretending and start transforming. So, if you've been in a relationship and you've been making promises, like, you don't know if you can really fulfill these promises or not, and you've been just telling this person anything they want to hear so you don't lose their ass, you better start delivering. You better start putting your money where your mouth is. It's time to start being, you know. Just flipped the switch, broke up, not sure why. Oh, there's something that triggered a flip being switched, or switch being flipped. Excuse me. Protection from hidden enemies. Alligators are guardians. They sense danger before it surfaces. Spiritually, this means protection from jealous or deceptive people, protection from psychic attacks, protection from emotional predators, energy vampires. Warnings about someone with hidden motives, especially when the energy around you feels off, stressed, or disrupted. Gators are a shield. Another guy? Well, I mean, that's possible. But if there was another guy, she was already emotionally disconnected from you. That's psychology. I'm not a doctor. Do your own research. I don't know shit. I just live here. I can't give advice on that shit. But just saying. Females don't just flip a switch like that. Now, maybe that's how you're experiencing because you didn't put together all the things that led up to what you feel like the flip being switched. But, like, yeah, there's already emotional detachment that happened. You know what I mean? So there was something before that. If there's another guy. And even if there is another guy, that has nothing to do with you as a person anyway. If there's another guy, you couldn't be good looking enough. You couldn't be smart enough. You know. At least they broke up with you before they went and jumped into the other. Well, that not really. If they got emotionally attached to somebody and then ghosted you. Mine did. I think it was about gossip, people talking in her ear at work or by the way I work, but she works in a completely different department now. Then you know what? If it's third-party shit, like other people getting in the ear, there's some sort of karmic cycle going on in that relationship already. You know? That means that they're not confident in their decision in who there is that they're investing into. Like, if it's that easy, gossip from somebody else getting in their ear, you know? I still seen out of Doc Hollywood where he's reading letters from somebody else's love story, just an observation. That's it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Moved on weeks ago. And that's another thing. You gotta, y'all gotta think about polarity. Okay? If you're chasing after something, it's running from you. Right? She worked at government facilities like high school, but well, of course, yeah, I know. That's everybody. That's everybody. It doesn't even necessarily have to be a government facility. There's always that group of catty ass bitches, whether male or female, put a word fits, don't make fit, where they got to group up together and just deep, 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 deep. And I'm not trying to knock anybody. I'm just talking about like psychologically, like a lot of people are like this, you know. We don't know. We're not taught this shit at school. We got to go through it to grow through it, you know. But I bet you it is. I don't doubt that. I was on the PTO. I was the vice president of the PTO. I know about caddying. I know all about it. How corrupt it is. Anyway, let me stay on topic. You got to think about polarity of stuff, though. If you're chasing after something, it's running after you. If you were a grown-ass man and you like for women to chase you, that's little boy shit. What are you attracting towards you anyway? You know? Now, that's just saying. I'm not saying everybody in the chat's like that. I'm just throwing that out there, okay? It's a perspective. Same thing with, like, females. Females like to be wooed, you know, but if they're in an energy where they want to be chased by people, like, that's immature. That's not somebody who can invest. That's not somebody who's serious. That's not somebody that you're going to build an empire with. You know what I mean? Well, I know you're feeling called. I know you're feeling pulled magnetically, right? There's the polarity. It's the runner-chaser dynamic. And it can swap, especially in these really intense connections that we get caught up in. But we got to remember, it's all chemical in the brain. Future liabilities. You know what I mean? Yeah, someone's chasing, there's someone else running. So it's only when both parties are secure within themselves enough where they don't need any external validation. They know what they want. They know who they are. They know where they're going, or have some sort of like path that it is that you know. And it's when that's both in alignment with each other, that's when things can be great. You know, but each party's got to be good on their own. If this person over here is like, I can't breathe without you, darling. You know, that's too much emotional neediness. There's a bug in here, by the way, confirmation. That you need to get gone. There's toxic stuff going on there. And not saying anybody's negative or bad, or, you know, it just means like there's some work that has to be done. I'm learning this the fucking hard way. Shit, y'all. My person, 20 years together, had me trying to chase his ass. What the fuck you talk about, homie? 20 years? Then gave you 4 kids, home skillet? What you mean you want me to chase you? Deployments. Going after your dreams. Taking pay cuts here and there. Told you I would have followed you anywhere over the damn world. Wherever you wanted to go. Shit. And now you put me in a position where you want me to chase your ass? We too old for this shit, home skillet. Not today. If I'm not a fuck yes, you a fuck no. You coming my way, you better know damn Skippy that you gonna put all the chips on the table, Bubba. You know? I ain't got time to be chasing boys. I'm a whole grown-ass woman. I got shit to do, people to see, goals to reach. You know, I got a spiritual path I'm adhering to. Like, I ain't got time to be chasing nobody. He did get comfortable. He did text in. You damn right. That's what I'm saying. But I gave too much, too. I overextended myself. I put myself in that position because I was being toxic. As hard as that is to say and admit, it's a two-way street there. Ugh. It's going to help a lot of people. I know it is. The real love adult shit, yeah. It is. You got to know your value. You got to know your worth, you know? And you got to have strong boundaries. If people are going to be shitty to you, doesn't mean that they're, like, evil. Just means they're being shitty. And you got to draw that line in the sand. No, you cannot treat me this way. If you're going to excommunicate me, then you're disrespecting me. That's not, you know, you just ghosted me with no explanation. You know, so you got, if they ever come back around, you tell them, like, look, that's not tolerated. I deserve more than that. I deserve love, respect, and kindness. If you can't give me those things, I can't let you in my energy because you make me spiritually sick, emotionally sick, financially sick. Can't happen. Throws the whole thing off. Y'all got to think about the infinity symbol, right? Love that lasts in eternity. You got to think about the infinity symbol. It's got to be equal give and take. If it's not, it mucks up the energy that creates blockages in the energetic flow. You know? It's good that you take accountability, but he did really know he was getting when he dealt with a Mississippi girl. Oh, we high school sweethearts. 20 years. 20 years. Just recently did we get to a point where we could actually have a conversation without trying to unalive each other. It ain't never been like that before until recently. I used to be really sweet and really kind. You know? Like a kitty cat. Come curl up and love with you, you know? I had turned into a whole ass lioness with this motherfucker, y'all. She may be belittled, but she be fierce. You know that little unicorn in the Lego movie? It was like spatsy. It was like bipolar. It's the type of energy this motherfucker had me in, y'all. I couldn't decide which one. Am I going to be nice or am I going to be mean? We're just going to be both at the same time. Whatever comes up, comes out, okay? All right, y'all. That wraps up of our readings. That's funny because that's kind of what my mama would say. I love y'all so much. You are a joy to be with. Thank you for showing up and showing out with me. Thanks for all the ways that you show love and support. Replays will be posted to YouTube. And I don't know if I'm going to be here tomorrow night or not, y'all. So y'all just look at my stories. If I post, then I'll be here as soon as I can. And if not, I'll see you again very soon. I don't understand why relationships need to be so complex and competitive. Chill and let's go. Moderated Inquisition. Pressure shows who they really are too. That's another thing before I hop off here. If you're in a relationship with somebody and you fall in love with their potential, okay, and they don't see that potential, it doesn't matter how much you pour into them. It makes them feel more insecure. Does that make sense? So just by you trying to build them up and you keep talking about all the ways, all the great things that you see in them, they're not seeing that in themselves. And they're like, how the fuck am I supposed to live up to this shit? That's part of the reason why they run the other way. They're not securing themselves. So they look for somebody less than. So they ain't got to be those things. What's your YouTube handle? At Lady Leo Spirituals, same handle as here. I got like 568 readings there. Y'all want to go check those out. I'll find a title that resonates with you and see if there's a message in it for you. You know? Let's go chill and build Legos. Hey, I like Legos, actually. I'm a little bit of a Lego nerd. I like Legos. I wanted to go to Legoland. I ain't made it that far yet. That's one I'm still manifesting. I'll let y'all know when it happens. Alright, y'all, I really gotta go. I'll see y'all again soon. Y'all check out stories to see when I'm gonna be live next. Y'all take it easy and keep shining your light bright. Your light ain't there to take nobody's demons. Boo-boo, turn up the heat. Make them cringe. Make them go get their hater shades. Make them look the other way. They grown-ass adults. But you damn sure don't dim your light. And you don't water yourself down for nobody. Love and light, y'all.